I'm going to go ahead and introduce Pandion. Rebecca is my name, Rebecca Trujillo Vest. I'm with Pandion Music Foundation. We're a 501c3 nonprofit that equips emerging music creators around the world with tools to help foster more equitable, attainable, sustainable careers. We're based in Los Angeles. Pandion Music Foundation amplifies diverse voices to grow a more inclusive music industry by providing free weekly online workshops and wellness initiatives that connect independent musicians with leading professionals. And recently, we've started to include ages 15 to 18. We did some teen camps, and we're going to really also focus on helping the young ones. So we're excited about that. Today we have Chelsey Coy. Hi, Chelsey. Look
Hi.
fabulous, because I was saying she always looks fabulous.
Oh, thank
Chelsey Coy is a singer-songwriter, artist, banjo player, which, oh my God, so cool, music listening agent
you.
based in Los Angeles. With a wide array of musical tastes, she has been drawn to write songs from every genre while bringing her own unique flair to each project. She has an Americana band called Single Girl, Married Girl, an indie pop hip hop duo called Che.
Alex.
And is that, did I say
Ch-
it right? Che?
Chelsea and Alex.
Oh,
So we are.
Chelsea and Alex. Oh, got it. Yeah, and we love Alex too. And also releases music under her own name as well. Her song Home was featured for 2 years in the Northeast on a PC Richard and Son commercial, and some of her other songs have been placed in TV shows and on MTV and and CBS. She started a sync licensing company called
So sick.
206. Yeah, 206. I got my brain. Music, 206 Music. In 2019 with some musical friends, and they found and they have garnered multiple placements for themselves and their roster of artists, including Adidas, Billy, Michael Kors, the CW, Disney, various indie films, and Netflix. They are now diving into the music supervision field and have recently finished up one feature and three short films. Awesome. Congratulations on the music supervisor part.
Thank you.
And welcome. And I know I might have fumbled some of that, but I don't know if you know it, some of you know Chelsey already, but welcome, Chelsey. We're so excited to have you. You tell us a little bit more, maybe some personal stuff about you.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
kind of covered it all. I love vintage clothes, as anyone knows. Yes, I have my banjo behind me. She's called Prudence because I'm a big Beatles fan. And Dear Prudence is one of my favorites. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from Southern California. I'm from Los Angeles. I was born in Covina and grew up right near Disneyland in Anaheim. So I've been a Southern California girl my whole life. I did do a short stint with my husband in New York City, which I love and I want to live there again. Um, but I that was from 2013 to 2017, and while we were there, we put together a lineup of a band for Single Girl, Married Girl, and so we released two albums with that lineup, and then we had to move back here. Um, and we actually ended up, well, we released one album while we were living there, and then we moved back here, and I did the bi-coastal thing while recording a second album. And yeah, and so now I'm back here and doing the 206 sync licensing thing, and writing a lot, and that's pretty much it. That's what I do. I work and I hang out with my cats and my husband.
And yes, and you're based in Los Angeles, and you you work with so many different, you collaborate with a lot of different people, and
Yeah.
it shows in how talented your music comes out to sound.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah, so you're a great example of someone who's working hard and showing up every day, and look look at what you have to offer the world and all of us. So that's amazing.
Oh,
Yay.
that's very sweet of you. Thank you for saying that.
And
We
yeah,
all have imposter syndrome, right? So,
Right. Well, we have to start somewhere, right? And that's the love of music. So we can start with that. So today I think you're going to share your screen. Chelsea's going to,
I am.
she has a whole thing lined up for us.
I matched my outfit to, let me share sound. Let me share it all to my little, here you go. You can all see that, yeah?
So sweet.
Um, so yeah, I realized after opening an agency with my two friends, Lauren Light and Alex Hilton, who are amazing as well. I'm sure you know them. They're killing it. We decided to open up 206, and at first it was just our own catalogs because we had a whole slew of music that we felt was easier to pitch as a collective rather than, hey, I'm an artist, like listen to my songs, because those emails usually don't get opened. And what we realize is that it's probably a legal thing. Like supervisors don't want to deal directly with artists because they don't know that the artist has all their shit together. So I kind of put together this rough thing of like getting your assets together before you pitch to people, because we noticed once we started signing people, we would get a lot of submissions, and it takes a lot of work to go through everything. And a lot of the submissions didn't have what we asked for. And so I put this together, and hopefully it helps you. I'm not sure where you guys are at, if you're beginning this crazy world, in this crazy world, or if you are continuing. It's always a good thing to have a reminder. So hopefully you'll get something out of this if you're already like a seasoned pro in sync. I just like to remind people, because you have no idea like how many times I've had 1 hour meetings with people, and then they turn around and submit something that didn't have the things I just told them I needed. So yeah, if you want to take notes, go for it. I know this is being recorded, so hopefully you can go back and revisit it if you have any, hey, what am I supposed to do? What do they need? And this is most specifically in relation to what we ask for at 206. I know other agencies ask for different things, but it's pretty much standard. But you'll see as I go along. So yeah, let's get started. I named this aptly "Get Your Assets in Order" because we have to cover our asses in this industry. We're all, we don't want a lawsuit coming at us at any time. And so yeah, CYA baby, that's what I always say. All right, so yes, and you see that I like matched my outfit to this adorable presentation. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so what I'll cover today is getting everything in line with being able to submit your music to music supervisors and licensing agents, and what to do before you pitch, because a lot of people are just like, I have a song, here's an MP3, and then they pitch it, and then they never get heard by anyone because no one's going to open your MP3, like they're not going to open your link. So hopefully this will give you more insight into why your music might not be getting heard, and what you need to do in order to just be better prepared for submitting your music. All right, so first things first, you have this song that you've written. Maybe you've written it by yourself. That's great. Then you don't need to listen to the one-stop split sheet thing. But if you have co-writers, like I co-write on a lot of stuff, you will want to get a one-stop split sheet signed. Just do it immediately, or do it, within the week that you wrote the song. And make sure everyone has a copy and everyone's clear on the splits. If anyone was a work for hire, get work for hire signed. That just means that you had like a guitarist come into the studio for the day and you paid them to play on your song. And so they don't get any, royalties. They don't own the song, and you have that work for hire signed and in a little file, and you can whip it out if someone comes at you saying, I own part of this song. No, you don't. And then enter your PRO info into that split sheet, enter everything as it is in your PRO. So whatever you enter in your PRO has to match what's on the split sheet, because that's like what, it just has to match up, because that's what we put in the metadata, which we will talk about in a moment. So one stop versus easy clear. What does one stop mean? One stop just means that you and or your co-writers, your co-creators, have signed an agreement that gives you access, or that gives you the capability to pitch your music to any non-exclusive opportunity that comes up. Um, Easy clear just means that you might have to go through, one avenue. So as an agency, we only take one stop songs. That is because easy clear is easy clear, but you still have to go to like a publishing agent and say, hey, can we use this song, and it's for this amount, and they have to sign off on it. So supervisors love working with one stop songs because they know that the song is clearable with that one person, and they don't have to go to multiple people. So having your songs one stop is really great. Out of the gate, you're already like, way beyond. So if you have publishing, if you're signed to a label, that means your songs are probably easy clear or not one stop. So just make sure that you have all this lingo down before you start pitching, because they'll be like, is this one stop? And you'll be like, I don't know. So yeah, this is what that means. Here's a sample one stop agreement, and I'm going to give you guys a sample template so that you guys have it for future, and that you can, if you don't have one stop signed for songs that you wrote. I know this is a big undertaking because I have like 500 songs, and there's no way I'm going back to the first song I wrote and getting a split sheet signed now. But moving forward, you'll want to have this signed for every song that you have in your catalog. And this is just quick look, song title, project, artist, copyright ownership, publishing, songwriter, sound recording master. So in my case, I'm not signed to a label. I'm not signed to a publishing entity. I just put equal amounts for everything. Even if I co-write, like I'm just like, hey, I wrote this song with you, one other person. So we each split it 50-50, and each of these things come out to 50-50, so that the total is 200%, because you have to equal 200% in BMI. I know ASCAP is different, and I don't know why they do that, but in BMI, you have to have 200% of the song covered when you enter it. ASCAP is only 100%. So, and they make you get a vanity publishing, and I don't know why they're different. Yeah. Who knows? They were made in the 1920s. So, let's move on. Why is this not moving on? Probably just my internet. Oh, there we go. So there are two deals. You could be exclusive with a company, which means that your music is only with them and they have the right to pitch it to whatever opportunities, and you most likely cannot pitch it yourself. And then there's non-exclusive, which is what 206 is. We do have an exclusive arm that we're kind of working on, but it's more of like we're providing the collaboration, and we're providing the briefs, and then those songs that are written under this one exclusive unit is obviously exclusive to 206, so we can pitch it to like different opportunities than we could our non-exclusive catalog. So what benefits do each hold? I mean, it's up to you. As an artist, I really like non-exclusive because that means I can pitch my music, and it's in my hands, versus exclusive, where not everyone, I've tried the exclusive thing, it just wasn't for me, but not everyone will tell you what they're pitching to, how often they're pitching, and then a year goes by and you didn't get anything, which is totally normal because syncs don't, could take forever for one song to get a sync. But I just like having the hands-on capability of pitching my own music and not having to like ask to pitch to certain opportunities. So that's why I choose non-exclusive. But it's totally up to you what you want to do. Maybe try different things, have some songs with exclusive, some non-exclusive, see what works, what doesn't. It's kind of trial and error. So one of the most important things to have before you're pitching is your metadata in order. What is metadata? It is the information of the song. So it's like your PRO information, your BPM. the next slide will show you everything, but it's very important because what if you send your song and there's no metadata in the song, and then like a year goes by and that supervisor clicks on your song again and they play it and they love it and they think it's perfect for that opportunity, but they don't have any contact information because they downloaded your song and it went into a folder, and that email is long gone. So just make sure that whatever you're submitting has that metadata within it, and hopefully that'll be good. And then people can contact you if they want to use your music. So what to include? Obviously your PRO, writer, publisher, master owners. And like I said, ownership needs to be 200% and match what's in the PRO. Keywords. I think the more the better, because when we're doing a search in our catalog, we have like over 700 artists and like over 5,000 songs. So to find songs for specific briefs, we put in keywords. And if, you know, we might not remember that so and so has this song and they didn't have that keyword. So it just behooves you to put in as many keywords as possible so that you and your music can be found. And again, on the side of the supervisor, they might be using keywords as well to search what they've downloaded and to search what they already have in their folders. So I think this is like one of the most important parts. And get like you know, creative. You can there's, yeah, I put some examples here, like sweet, platonic love, female vocals, male vocals, harmonies, oohs, ahs. You can put the instrumentation, you can put like the song info, the key, the BPM, the genre. And then yeah, you'll always want to, I use disco, which is standard, and I don't know if all of you know, but I have a slide on that as well, so we'll get to that when we get to it. But always include lyrics. If you have a release date for the song, great. If not, you can just put, like we put 1111, so that it's not released. Some people ask for songs that are unreleased, so that could be also a search tool. Also other info, like, are you a person of color? Are you LGBTQ? Are you AAPI? Like anything that would make you stand out, because sometimes the briefs ask for very specific things. So just put as much as you can into your metadata so that you have a chance of standing out when people do a search. All right, so this is important. I mean, I hope that everyone knows this, but don't ever pitch a demo. We have gotten these before. Hey, here's a song, here's an MP3 of a song. We're at the point where we don't even look at it because we just have like 100 other submissions for things. And that, you know, takes a very long time to go through. So someone that just sends over a song that's in a demo stage, we will just delete it. And unless someone specifically asks you for an unfinished song, like don't send it. And then always send high res. We ask for AIFs, and some people are cool with waves. And if I'm in a rush, I will accept a wave. But and if the person's like, I don't have an AIF, just get used to asking your mastering artist, engineer for AIFs, because it's a very high res version and it also holds metadata. AIF and MP3s are the only things that hold metadata, but don't ever send an MP3 because we need high res versions.
And also, I think people can find a third party, like an app that can, you can take your WAV file and move it into AIF pretty easy. That's if you don't have your own, you know, DAW, DAW. So,
Right.
yeah, but there are other companies that through the internet you can just do that, find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And well, we don't know how great the resolution is on those, but if you're in a pinch, you can always do that as well. I mean, even disco has like a, let's make this song into an instrumental, which I
Right.
haven't done. I think it's in beta right now, but yeah, that just blows my mind that you can take a song with vocals and then make it an instrumental without doing it in a DAW. So who knows, it could be great. Cool. So yeah, so samples. I know this is like a a weird topic for some people. They're like, well, splice, is okay. I just never use samples. If you're gonna use samples, make it your own, like split it up, chop it up, reverse it, make it a different key. Just because there are ways to detect those, and if like a supervisor puts it through one of those programs and they detect it, they probably won't accept the song. And then you'd miss out on the opportunity. So just make things your own if you're going to take a sample from like Splice. And obviously they do this because samples are expensive, and like, in rap there's like huge samples, and there's like 11 people they have to reach out to clear the freaking song, and it's just a headache and a lot of time and a lot of money. So just stay away from them if you can. And then I was talking about disco before. Disco is the industry standard for storage and playlisting. We love it. It's super helpful. You can, here, I'm gonna just show you because yeah, I'll come back to that. Where is, sorry, I think I deleted what I was looking at before. Oh, you know what? Because I have to get out of there. Okay, so now I will share my screen again. All right, so this is disco, and this is just a look at one of my songs in my catalog, and you can see like the titles here, the artwork, artist, the composer and publisher, genre, grouping. We just put the one-stop information here, and then BPM. You can put the year if you want to, and then all this information, keywords, and yeah, stuff that is a search tool. And then I put lyrics in here, and you can use tags as well. You can make notes. You can put in the writer's information here, even though we put it in the, first, the metadata sheet. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's super helpful. You can make playlists super easily. You just type in the playlist here and then drag in the songs, and then you save it, and you can send it directly from Disco. And the best thing is that usually when supervisors save a disco playlist, it just goes directly into their own disco. So that's why I love it. Super easy. Okay, let's go back to this. Come out. Okay.
Also, in your disco metadata, you guys notice how she had commas, so the word would be there and then there would be a comma space. I know that some people sometimes do the comma without the space. It's important that you put the space in there, right, Chelsea?
What do you mean for the keywords?
Yes.
Yeah, just make it as clean as possible so it's not like a run-on sentence, because yeah, if you're searching for something and it's one word, it's not gonna show up.
Come up, right.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain amount of characters you could use that shows up on the, when they're editing, and I don't remember the number amount, but
Right. I
put the
don't know
most
what that
important,
number is.
yeah, so put the most important words on top, right? Like,
Right.
yeah.
Definitely, I mean, the most important is your contact info, to be honest.
Right,
And if you
exactly.
send it to us or probably any other agency, we're going to change the info and we're going to make it look standard like that. Everything we have in our catalog looks like that, in that format, because it's just clean and it gives you everything you need. So yeah, and then in the same token, Dropbox and Box are used as well, though you can't playlist, and I don't know if Box can, maybe they can now, but I don't know. Disco's just the best. And then never send links like Spotify or SoundCloud, because those are just not useful. The reason is you want to be as useful to the supervisor or the agent as possible, so they don't have to go back to you and ask you for more things, because that takes more time. So just keep that in mind when you're sending something. Like, do I send this? Do I send this? Just send it. Like, send everything and that they might need, because you don't want them to, you know, uh, deny you because you didn't send everything they were asking for. So also send stems, well, have them handy. We don't ask for them directly, but you should always be getting these from your mastering engineer as well. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just, group stems by instrument. But why do they need stems? It's important if you're going to be doing things like trailers and promos. A lot of these editors use the stems to either, like, maybe they don't want drums on this section, so they take it out. So they need those in order to make the song work for the spot. Because the whole reason is to make the song work for the spot, right? So giving these people, excuse me, the stems allows them to work it to the perfect situation where it's like amazing for the spot. And if you don't have those, sometimes they'll pass you by and be like, okay, next. And then always send an instrumental with your main. A lot of people submit to us and then they don't send an instrumental. And if I like the song enough, I will go ask them for it. But just start including this because it's important. Because sometimes only instrumentals are needed. And then some people like to include TV versions, which usually just has, it's an instrumental with like some oohs and ahs and the choruses. You can also have like an a cappella version or just a vocalese version that's instrumental with only the vocalese. Always give us a clean version without any cussing. You can also do like acoustic versions of produced songs and have that as well. You can have a male sing, you can have a female sing, and like submit the same song. That's always great because sometimes opportunities ask for one specific thing, and if you only have the female vocals and they're asking for male vocals, then your song won't work for that opportunity. So yeah, and then one of the most important parts, other than like having the search tools for keywords, is research. So know what your music would be good for. I know a lot of people think their music is good for everything, and that's fine if you want to think that way, but if you're doing your research, you'll soon find out that that's not the case. It's very like this industry is very specific. Ads and trailers and promos are its own beast, and then film and TV is another. So usually like songs are film and TV, and that's on like your favorite TV show, or yeah, in that new cool indie movie. So just when you're watching TV, kind of have that in mind, like, oh, this song they're using here, my type of music would be useful in something like this. So yeah, if you do your research, you'll see like industry trends, especially in like the commercials that are being shown and the trailers. I mean, everyone knows trailers are just like very instrumental heavy. They're bombastic. They kind of like to shake the room. Like they're very dynamic. They start small, they get bigger, they go small again, they get bigger. So just depending on what avenue you want your song to work for, that's what you have to keep in mind. And then there's a great site called TuneFind where you can look up previously used music on TV shows or things, films, and you can kind of gauge like maybe for the next season of something, oh, what type of music did they use for all these past seasons? What might they use for this next season? Is my music going to fit there? And then you can pitch it to them. And then when you're in the writing process, you can keep these things in mind as well. I know writing for sync, a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to do that. But I always go into a writing session where I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to write a song today and I hope it's a good song. And let's maybe keep these parameters in mind. And I'm not like, I'm going to write this song to this brief. I'm just like keeping it to the point where this could be used for multiple things if we did it this way. So that can also inform how we write the song. And then where to send your music. So there's a few places where your music can be used. Obviously, licensing agents like 206. There's thousands of licensing agents around. If you're going to be non-exclusive, just make sure you're not sending it to every licensing agent because a lot of us have the same contacts and we might be sending the same song to the same supervisor. So I always keep it to like no more than 3 to 5 agents have a particular song, just to kind of limit the overlap. And then you can send it directly to supervisors, editors, showrunners, people that you know. I mean, some people have gotten syncs through like lawyers that they know who are in the industry. I recommend doing this only if you have a relationship with these people, just because they're busy and they usually don't accept music from an artist. They go through the third party because, like I said, it's a legal thing and they want to, like us, cover their asses. So, if you have a relationship, great, send it and, try to work on that because that's like, there's no middle person and you can get the entire fee. But yeah, if you don't, then I would suggest sending your music to, production houses, music libraries, and music licensing agents. And production houses and music libraries are another avenue, which usually it's a smaller fee. A lot of some of them buy out your music outright, so you'll like give them a song and they'll send you $300 and then you don't own it at all anymore. So just make sure you know what you're signing, make sure you know what you're getting into. Again, it's kind of trial and error. When I first started, I actually sent my music to a no royalty like music library, and 4 years went by, 6 years went by, and nothing happened. And I was just like, all right, whatever. It's just signed there, and I don't care. Um, last year I started getting royalties on it. I started getting back end. There's no upfront fee for that, but I started getting back end. So I saw a lot of money through my PRO and I was like, where is this coming from? So you never know. It's just, like I said, trial and error. So yeah, important. Again, all of this is important. I don't know. So read the brief, people. We have had so many situations where we send a brief like either to our room 206 people, which are vetted like contacts, or we send it to our Facebook group, and people send in like completely the opposite of what we're asking for. And I mean, we try to be nice, but after you do this for a long time, it's just like, oh my God, there's 400 songs and like only 2 of them are actually like on brief. So just make sure you're reading everything, and like if you have any like, oh well, they're asking for a female vocal, but this is a male vocal, maybe I shouldn't send, don't send, because they're telling you what they're asking for. So don't send them something they're not asking for. I feel like that's hopefully common sense. And then pay attention to the genre that they're asking for. We've gotten hip hop songs on briefs that were asking for country music, or uh, you know, big band songs on stuff that was asking for hip hop music. Like, it's just, don't send stuff that was not asked for. Lyrical themes also, if your song is a love song and we didn't ask specifically for a love song, like a normal love song, don't send it. Like, usually we'll ask for like platonic love or something that has to, we'll get a lyrical theme from the supervisor and that's what we'll send. So just pay attention to all those things because they're super super important. And then since every agent is different in submission process, just pay attention to how to submit, because like for us, for example, we have a 3-step process, which includes, setting yourself up in our portal as a writer. And so once you do that, you don't have to do it again. But you do have to set up other writers if you're going to be submitting a song that the writer is not in our portal for. And then also you have to submit the metadata and upload it to Disco. And then obviously having all the right files, AIF, all that good stuff. So just make sure you're reading. We even have like a video where we tell you what to do and like point it out in steps, but still people don't read it. So yeah, just make sure you're reading stuff because it makes it easier for everyone. So following up with the agencies, I know this is like the weirdest thing. Don't send a follow up to an agency or a supervisor, but I'm saying this because, like I said, we all get so many emails and so like we have so little time to fill these briefs usually that getting a follow up is like, you know, we don't have time to email you back. If we like your song, you'll know. We will download it, we will use it. If we get you a brief, we will tell you. If we have money for you, we will tell you. So there's not, if we need something from you, we will ask you for it. There's not really a situation where I see myself following up with someone unless it's like 9 months later and I haven't been paid. Um, so yeah, that's just one. Don't be picky about your placement. Some people are brand new to this and they don't want it in certain things. That's fine, but if I just don't pitch to those agencies or don't pitch to those opportunities, because you can't really be picky about your placements. You don't know what they're going to get used for. The supervisor usually doesn't know like what they're going to be used for until like it airs. So there's not really a way to be picky about your placement just because it's it's unknown until it goes live. Um Payment, we get paid like after 9 months in this industry. It's really stupid. I don't know why, but um yeah, unless it's been like 6 to 9 months, don't ask about payment just because like you'll get paid as soon as we do. Um, it's just a weird industry where people are like, cool, so not pay these people for an entire year. We went like a year and a half before we got paid for one big project, and I was like, what is happening here? Um, so yeah, and then when you're going to events, I always tell people don't rush up and meet the panelists after because I've seen the look on their faces and they're like, whoa. People are like, bro. It's just it's not a good look. It's not a good etiquette. But I mean, if you want to like hit them up after and be like, hey, that was great, like do that. But that's just not my style. But then even still, you can write them an email the next day and say, hey, I saw your panel, that was amazing, I learned this and this, here's a playlist. If they said they needed certain things, like don't send them a playlist if they work on like classical music stuff only and you're sending them your, you know, singer songwriter trip hop, like yeah, just don't do that. And then the biggest one of all, don't be an asshole. I mean, it's just I always say that. Sorry, that's my like thing. Don't be an asshole. But yeah, God, I'm just loving this 70s vibe here. So let's review what to do once you have your song, baby. Sign those split sheets, make sure you have all the information for PRO, have your metadata within your song. If you're using Disco, that's where you put it. Send the correct file formats, AIF or WAV, always high res. Don't ever send sample or demos. Don't use samples. No cussing. You can send an explicit song, but just make sure that you have a clean version as well in that playlist. And then if you're going to be sending alt versions, great. Always have stems ready. Do your research on what you're trying to submit to. And then when you're submitting, send a short and sweet email with your playlist and don't follow up. And then don't be an asshole again. Sorry. There's a theme. Thank you. So yeah, that's the whole gist of it. I hope that this was helpful. I love hearing your guys' music. I love getting like hearing something and being like, holy shit, that's perfect for this spot. So please don't be afraid to send us stuff. Just make sure that you're reading all the rules and, you know, fine print before you do send. Um, what else? I
Yeah,
think that's it.
and you guys, you guys have a great Facebook presence, and so if you guys haven't are not following already 206, then I think you should, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
And
Um,
then also too, I want to call out Two Indie. They are John and Sonnet. They are one of our main partners. They just held a syncathon for us, and they hold Get Repped conferences yearly. And I'm going to just put a little bit of information in the chat about them because they are amazing if you need that extra help. They're a coaching duo. And so anyway, just wanted to call them out in terms of that connection to agencies like you, Chelsea, but also here, of course, with Pandion Music Foundation, we're like a bridge to
Yeah,
this. Yeah. And I think there were a couple of questions in the chat.
yeah, please.
Let's go back and see. Um, Sarah Nelson? Chelsea, this is awesome. I've been putting my keywords into the grouping field of disco, not comments. Should I go through and change that on all my songs up there? Also, another question, if the song is a cover, should I include the word cover in parentheses in the title? Those are questions.
Yeah, so we put it so in the grouping we put just the one stop as you saw. Actually, I can share my screen and show you a cover. Let's do this and then cover. Actually, I think I have some on here. Personal catalog. Do. Very slow computer. Yeah, so if you're going to be doing a cover, you'll want to either have yeah, parentheses is great. So put cover in parentheses in like the grouping as well, and also in the comments. If you're going to be doing public domain, put public domain so that we know, because that is important. But yeah, there's two places. Let me see if I copyright it. If we ask for a cover or public domain song, make sure the title of the song file includes the words public domain or cover and then the original artist name. So yeah, if you're basically it's in the song title, and then also put that information in the comment section as well so that we know. We get this question all the time just because it's not, we ask for like a one stop when people submit their songs to us, but covers obviously are not one stop. And we don't get a lot of asks for covers unless it's like a specific thing. So yeah, always just note that it's a cover song if you're submitting to someone. And then you don't have to put like the publisher info. Usually the person asking for the song, like the supervisor, will provide that for the client. So don't, if you have it, great, but don't worry about providing that. So yeah, sorry, I was looking at my other notes and that answered my question. So yay.
Yay,
What
yay.
else were you asking?
Chris, oh yeah, what else was she
Oh, I
asking?
think I got to both. Yeah, if you can put your keywords wherever you want, but just make sure they are also in the comments. I feel like the grouping section is mostly for like saying it's one stop and like your name and your contact information. So just so you know.
I'm going to just start with the latest question. If we put the metadata in Disco, do we still have to add the metadata on 206 metadata sheet? Can we just keep it all on Disco? Question mark.
I know people ask that. So we we asked for this because we have like a system that's automated thanks to Lauren Like, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
So you have to enter your metadata into our portal on, it's an Airtable, so that we can sign it or, you know, basically put it into our catalog, and then the disco is just uploading your song. So whether you have it already in your disco, that's totally fine, but we're gonna change the info probably to put what was in the metadata form, just because we have this like formula that auto populates, and then we just copy and paste it. So yes, you still have to enter that information into our metadata form. It makes it easier for us. I'm sorry that it's annoying, but like it's just, like I said, when we get 100 submissions, it just, all we have to do is like click yes or no or like already in catalog, and then it like goes where it needs to go. So
The more the merrier.
yeah.
You're helping, the better to help get your song licensed. That would
Right?
be,
You want to make it easy as possible to get your song into a catalog. So just like give people what they're asking for. Yeah.
Christy Jackson, do I need to include a PDF printable one-stop split sheet if I've included information that I'm 100% writer, publisher, master, owner, question mark?
No.
I,
Yeah, if you're the sole owner, you don't have to submit that. There's a thing that asks, are you the sole owner of this song? Does anyone have any ownership other than you? And you just put no, and then it should trigger the uploading situation to go off, to be off.
I
So
did
yeah.
notice you did for yourself your own split sheet with 100%, and I thought that was clever. So, and then the 100 for publishing and
Oh, the
songwriting.
sample one?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that was just a sample. It wasn't even
Okay.
a song. So
Right,
I
right,
don't
right,
do
right.
I don't do those for my own songs. I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to do one.
Right. Okay.
I know myself. I
Right.
can,
You know, you're not going to be competing with yourself, right?
yeah,
Um,
maybe.
let's see. I think that, let me go up a little bit. So from Samudra, do you only accept tracks with vocals?
Nope,
Question.
we accept everything. I mean, we sometimes ask for cues, which are like super short little 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes we ask specifically for instrumentals, and usually it's vocal songs if it's like for film or TV. Just because, yeah, vocals are important, but it depends on the brief. Every brief will either say like instrumental only, or yes, we want vocals and we want this specific type of vocal. And so yeah, just read the brief, and we accept everything, just depending on what our needs are.
Awesome. Tatiana, do clients ever ask for multi-tracks? Question mark.
You mean like stems, or?
I think that's probably what she's asking, but I think you covered that. So I,
Yeah, stems get asked for mainly, I've seen in like trailers and promos, and ads, but just have them on hand for every song that you have.
right. We have a couple of people in our that showed up in our community that have led workshops before. Ryan Carroll is one of them, and
Yeah.
Jared Alua is one of them.
Woot
So
woot.
thank you guys for showing up.
Hey
And
guys.
I'm not sure if the Lauren is the same Lauren Light or not, but we have a Lauren in the group. Um, and
Yeah, and
I
I have some songs with Ryan. So, we all work together, we all talk, we text each
amazing.
other all the time.
Amazing. And so I love your comments in here. And Mary Haller is really really close with 2ND John and Sonnet and has been with them from the very beginning. And so she has a lot of wisdom there and she's added a few comments in the chat. Does anybody have any questions? Please raise your hand if you do. We can unmute you and you can ask. Okay.
Oh, Tim Putnam.
All right, go ahead and, yeah,
Hey, what's up, Chelsea? Thanks for taking the
Hey.
time. This is like the stupidest question ever, but when it comes to like the one stop or the easy clear, should we be saying that we are both, or is it one or the other?
Um, Technically it's one or the other, just because one stop means we don't have to go to anyone else except for you to clear the song. Easy clear means we have to go to one other person or maybe two other people.
Okay,
So yeah, that's the lingo we use, one stop. I know I see a lot of people putting both. Yeah, it's easy to clear. That's probably what people are thinking. But yeah, if it's one stop, that just means that you're the only person we have to go through.
awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Jimena, am I saying your name right? Hi, welcome.
Yes, Lina. Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Chelsea. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I
meet you.
wanted to ask you something because last week I had a song accepted by 206 and my producer sent it. So he got in the portal and everything and it's all cool. But I was wondering if I should do the same or it's cool that he's there. Like, should I have my own profile or?
You can. I thought we already had you as your under your own
Yes,
profile.
I looked for it and I saw myself, but
Okay.
I don't know if there is like, I have to log into somewhere or sign something or send anything.
Yeah, if you send a song to us, we will, whoever sends the song, so yeah, it could be a co-writer, it could be you, we'll get like an agreement if you haven't signed an agreement with us, and then that will prompt you to log in and make a login to,
Yeah.
to our portal, which again, Lauren Light, freaking amazing woman that she is, like did everything, like she coded it all, she's incredible. So it'll make you log in and like fill out a profile, and then you'll be able to log in and see which songs we have with you, which songs we denied, which songs you've submitted. You'll be able to see, you know, yeah, basically it's everything in your schedule A. So yeah, and then we can email you
But
directly
I'm
from
not
there.
there, or what should I? Well, then I'm
Yeah.
going to email you if that's okay.
Yeah,
To ask
email
you.
me and I'll send you an agreement, you'll sign it, and then it's just that anyone that signs an agreement is then prompted to fill out our portal. So if you haven't physically signed an agreement with us, that just means that
My
you have a song with
co-writer
us, your
did.
co-writer did, because it's one stop, and then
Mhm.
they filled out the portal. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Scott Foreman.
Yeah, Scott, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Thank you. I think I actually had a phone call there, so I got interrupted, but it sounded like she was asking a similar question. I've got 2 songs placed with you that my co-writer submitted, and we filled out the forms and everything. And I wanted to be able to see what's happening on the site. I did get just got joined up with your Facebook page, so that's good. Filled out the little questionnaire you had on there, so I could join your group. Thank you. And I just want to, see what's, I don't know in your company if you can see who's pitched what or not. I know Crucial does that, but just wanted to ask about that and how I can hook up.
Yeah, so if you are in our portal, that means you've signed an agreement with us. You will be able to log in and see your schedule A, from, and then it will show every song that you have submitted, songs that we've denied, songs that we've accepted. And then, yeah, you can go from there. But I think like with Jimena, your co-writer sent in the song, so we sent them the agreement and then they signed into the portal, so they can see everything. But yeah, if you want to be in the portal, just you have to submit another song or email me, and we will have to send you an agreement so that you can get onto the portal.
Oh, I can sign up for one. Can you send me your email privately or not?
Yeah, I mean,
Or if you want to put it in
I'll
there
just
so
send it
that
here.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
How about Steve Petrinko? I'm going to ask you to unmute. There you are. Hi, Steve.
Hi. Hi, Chelsey.
Hi.
Me and my partner Delapo have recently sent in our first submission. There was a request for colors was the name of the request. And I didn't know about the AIFF format when we sent the song in, so I sent in an MP3. Do I need to send in an AIFF right away, or do I just wait until you decide whether it's good enough to send on or not, and then send it then?
Always, well, just for future, always send an AIF, not an MP3. But if it was signed, I don't know. I think Lauren was signing some of those songs, so
I'm unaware if it's signed or not.
okay. So you will get an agreement if it is signed, and it will be sent to whoever submitted it, the email on that. And then once you get that, then yeah, you'll be able to sign our agreement and then get into our portal. But I guess until we sign it or deny it, you won't really know.
Okay.
I think since it's since it's our Facebook monthly posts that we do, I think that was the colors one.
Yes.
Those are when we have other briefs, those kind of like, we don't look at them until we're able to. So that's probably why you haven't heard, because we had a few briefs come in last week and this week that took precedent. But yeah, if we sign it, you'll know. If we deny it, you should also know, because you'll get an email.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Next, we have Jared. Hi, Jared. I'm asking you to unmute.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank
Hey,
you,
Jared.
Music Foundation. I just wanted to say for Sarah, she can't raise her hand, so I just wanted to get your attention to get
Oh.
her real quick. So
Oh.
she's like, "How do I do it?" So check her out. But thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Sarah.
Yes. Okay, I guess Sarah's next.
Hi,
So
yeah, am I missing something? How do I raise my hand?
I just replied to you, Sarah. It's gonna be under the at the bottom of the Zoom call.
Uh-huh.
It's you toggle over the react heart emoji and then it'll say raise hand. I don't know why Zoom makes it a little harder to find.
Oh, okay. Wait, reaction. Oh, okay. I didn't see the reaction. It says reactions with a smiley face, and that's where you raise your hand.
React with the
Yeah.
heart and you click that and it says raise hand.
I don't see it right now, but that's okay. I have a question, Chelsea. I don't want to bother you with this. Well,
Yeah,
I'll get a Zoom tutorial another time. Okay, so with the cover, so just to because I do actually have a lot of covers, and sometimes trailers do want covers, like so in the title you'd put cover in the parentheses, obviously in the other fields as well. But question, so in your portal, when it says like, is this song a one-stop, it says yes or no.
Mhm.
But some of these have been pre-approved on my end by the publisher, because I reached out separately to the publisher and got them to like input into their catalog. So
Okay.
they're like actually pitching on their end too. So
Okay.
they've pre-approved the song. It's essentially easy clear because
Right.
they want it to be cleared. But it's not one stop. So how would
Right.
would it be
Yeah.
no to the one stop, but then you could how would you do that? Just put in the note, like this is easy clear?
Yeah, so if it's automatically a cover song, then that just means it's easy clear, because we would have to usually it's the supervisor that would have to go to the publisher and clear it, because they're doing
Okay.
the clearance side of things.
Right.
But we have to know on our end that it is a cover song.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would just put it in parentheses cover song and then the artist, and we don't even need to know really the publishing information, because
Okay.
we're not dealing with the publisher on our end unless we do music supervision and we need a cover, then we'd be dealing with that. But yeah, just mark it that it's a cover, that you own the master, unless you split
Right.
it with someone else, like maybe you have someone you did it with and you split it 50.
Right.
You just put the master owners and then put your PRO info, because yeah, we might not have it if it's the first, we have yours, but if it's the first thing you've submitted to us. And then what else do you need? I think that's it. If it's a
But-
public domain, just
Yeah.
put public domain instead of cover. And then we know that that is one stop, because we don't have to go to anyone to.
But if it's not public domain, the answer to the one-stop question is no.
It's just easy clear. Yeah.
Oh, is that one of the options on the drop down?
Oh, I don't know. So when you're submitting to us
Yeah.
cover, we just don't have that figured out yet, like how to
Okay.
accept them, but you can
Right.
submit them. Just put yourself as the publisher. That's kind of what I tell people.
Do you put one stop no or yes on your portal?
Just put no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then why would you need my PRO since I didn't write the song?
We just
Just to
asked
have
for
it?
it just
Okay.
because, I mean, it's already in your portal. It's already,
Yeah.
So just put yourself as the publisher. That's the way you have to upload to us. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank-
We have one more. I'm sorry to do this to you, Kelly and Gail, but Sherilyn was trying to put her hand up for a while now, so she finally figured it out. So I'm going to ask you to unmute Sherilyn. Oops. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Rebecca. Hey, Chelsey, just a
Hey.
quick question. Knowing in the spirit of good metadata, when it comes to those keywords you were talking about, I've had some agencies ask for me to put like hashtag female vocals, hashtag anthem. Do you prefer that? Not prefer that? Does it make a difference? If I do submit that to you, does that mess you up? Like, how can I serve you best there?
I wonder why. they're
Okay.
asking for that.
Maybe it's just their
I've never
system.
heard that before, but
Okay.
maybe there's a new thing in disco where hashtags will, I don't know, somehow magically make your song appear. Like, I don't know, but yeah, we've never asked for a hashtag before. We just put in the keywords.
Perfect. So just comma separations is good for you.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. That's all I needed. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Thank you. I'm sorry about this, Kelly and Gail. We're going to be doing Ask Me Anything with Chelsey. You can ask those questions when we're doing that. That's the Facebook link that Anna put in a bit ago. So I just want to say next week we have next Wednesday at 11 a.m., September the 11th. Innovative music production, discover how to elevate sound with Chrissy Tignor. That's who we have next week. Please join us, and don't forget what I mentioned to Indy, John, and Sana. If you want more hands-on coaching for this kind of stuff, you can contact them. They're a great resource. We have information as well, great replays in our website of working and learning more from agencies and supervisors. So yes, please stay connected with us. And Chelsey, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Can't just to run into you in LA again, or maybe like an intended kind of meetup and see what you're running next.
Yeah, let's do it. So nice to see everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, thank you. And this is so beautiful and enlightening, and you're just amazing. We love you. So thank you.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.